Hey, true believers and fellow theme park enthusiasts, England team, the homegrown tourist here. And there was a lot that happened over the last week. We've got some new rules for opening the theme parks. Hong Kong has actually started doing some stuff they used to do. I forgot what it's called, and I'm not looking at the article, but we're going to go over a few things. We're going to talk about some new merchandise from Disney and a whole bunch of this is what you need to open the theme park stuff. And with me to talk about that is the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes.
How's it going, boys and girls?
And we've got Dalton, the Authenticator. How you doing, sir?
I am good, as long as my phone decides to cooperate.
All right. Well,
how's everyone doing?
Hope it does. I am peachy keen. I actually took a ride around Disney today. I'm going to have that footage as soon as I can find the wire to connect to my computer. I'm going to make a video of it. It was, on one hand, it was fun because there's some roads you cannot go down without being just marred in traffic that we were able to navigate very easily. But on the other hand, it's very ghost townish out there right now.
I suspect that COVID is going to give a rise to a lot of creepypastas.
Yeah, could be.
There's already a whole cottage industry of Disney creepypastas anyway. I can't imagine this is going to hurt anything.
I'm going to sneak into Disney. We talk about that on our rounds about how somebody just got busted for sneaking into Mount Everest, and they made a video of them sneaking into Volcano Bay. The guy over in Disneyland right now, it's so empty that there's going to be a lot of people going, hey, look at me, I'm right over here where I shouldn't be, and all that kind of stuff. We were followed a lot. There were cops everywhere today. What were you going to say, VENKMAN?
I was going to say it's COVID-19, Rise of the Skywalker. I just saw that Rise of the Skywalker is out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, and it's going to be on Disney Plus pretty soon as well, I heard. So that will be good for those who want to see it. And I, once again, think it's a really good movie because it's the best they could have possibly done with what Rian Johnson did to Last Jedi. But we're driving around. We got some good footage. We got some backstage kind of stuff. Showed a little bit like where the monorails are fixed. You know, the back of that. We were able to just basically it was just this is this part, that's that part, and can you believe it? In all honesty, it saddened me, to tell you the truth, on a couple of levels. One of them was that I got to tell you, you're outside, you're keeping your distance. Everybody's wearing masks and gloves anyway. Why aren't they fixing stuff? Why is construction shut down? They could have Tron ready to go. So when they open up and they need people to come in, they've got a new attraction to say, hey guys, come on in and try this new attraction.
Which is done because my brother works in an airplane. So he goes there. They have a mask on, but they're working on the plane. They're 6 feet apart, but I'm like, hey, they're not saying, we're not going to work on any of the jets right now, work fighter jets. We're just going to leave them like this until the lockdown lifts.
Well, the problem in both cases is that people are thinking not with their brains, but with their threat narrative. Everyone has that, oh God, the world is ending impulse jammed in the back of their lizard brains, and it's not coming out until this whole thing blows over, unfortunately.
That seems to be the way. And even when, because we are, of course, a lot of places are going to be starting to open. And there's some people who believe that it's just willy-nilly and let's go on and we're going to ignore the fact that, we've been through this instead of the fact that we're trying to do it responsibly. Disney is making sure they can handle everything before they're opening wide. Frankly, I'm ready to go. I really am. I'm ready to get out there and
I'll just say this, like, to everybody, it's the point where it's like, if they say they're going to, these people, these governors think they're going to keep us closed till through the fall or next year. No, sir. We have a constitution. We have a right to bear arms. We have a right to rebel.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then move out of the way. Go somewhere else. Go to Canada.
One thing also is, people want to work. I mean, thank you very much for the check. We would like to make our own now, because you can't keep giving money where there is no money. If you're just printing it up and giving it away, you're going to devalue the dollar and everything's going to be screwed up. So people want to work. And unfortunately, what you hear is, oh, you just want to get a haircut. Oh, you just want to go ride the people mover. And you prefer people to die. You want people to die so you could ride Pirates of the Caribbean and all that kind of stuff. Well, people need to get to work.
For the people who don't want to go outside because they're afraid of this whole thing, you can stay in there.
Yep.
We'll leave a box out there, and you can decide if it's safe enough to touch that box or not by your front step.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous out there. So anyway, going along on that, they did come up with a set of rules for opening. And I thought it would be kind of cool if we went over it and we talked about what was going on with that anyway. So here, hold on, just let me get.
Is there like children 12 and up have to wear a mask?
Something like that. But seriously, we'll check on that. Give me just a moment here to set up.
I mean, it's funny. Like, remember you weren't allowed to wear like masks when you go in the stores, but now they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? Well, is that Bob? Is that you? I can't tell. You got a mask on. It's the point where now people are just going to start robbing places. What was he wearing? He's wearing a mask. Okay.
Yeah, one of the things I thought is kind of funny is that in the beginning they were telling us masks were dangerous, and now you got to wear them everywhere. So it all depends, I guess. I don't know.
Wait till people start wearing the full headgear, the full gas mask.
The full gas mask, yeah.
You sure you can't shop here, Walt? You said I had to wear a mask. Well, you sure you can't wear that mask? I'm like, well, you're denying my rights.
Okay, so Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force shares their guidelines here. And here's the theme park guidelines: tape markings of 6 feet apart and ride attraction cues. Now that's what they're doing at the grocery stores, which this is actually something that had a lot of people going, well, why can't we open? You know, look, if we can go to grocery store, if we can go to Walmart, can't we go to other stores and do the same freaking thing? Yes, you can. And the economy will be better off for you doing it.
Oh, yeah. I got places opening. I got places built in furniture. They said Walmart's open selling furniture. They opened up.
There you go. Staff to regularly wipe down surfaces at random. Now, here's the problem. This is one of the things I said about my last day at working at the theater is it was stupid. You had me cleaning every 1 hour. Sorry, but once the first person touched the door after I wiped it, all that work went out the window. Wiping down surfaces, that's cool. That's good. At least it's going to be clean for a little bit, but the first person put their hand on it, that does away with everything you're trying to do here. That right there is mostly visual. It's just
it's what's called security theater. People, essentially, the theory goes that if you have the psychological markers of being safe, then it's essentially a mechanism to not panic you.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And, I'm an advocate of always, when possible, thinking with your frontal lobes and not your lizard brain. But let's not be coy about it actually managing to do anything.
Right. So the next one, and this is very interesting now, phase 1 and 2 staff who are 65 plus are encouraged to stay home. Welcome to approved discrimination. Now, granted, it does say are encouraged to stay home because legally they can't say must stay home.
I'll just say this: it's so they don't get sued. That's why they require to wear face masks and everything too.
Well, yeah, everybody, yeah,
that's calm and all that stuff. That's what it is.
That comes next. But right here, you have acceptable discrimination. Oh, you're too old. You got to go home. You can't work here. I'm sorry. Now it says encouraged. That doesn't mean forced. So what that says is the county understands that this is discrimination. So we're not going to make the call, but we're going to make sure that it is on every business to make that call. And I'll tell you right now, it's not out of the realm of possibility that someone 65 or older could sue their business for discrimination for not letting them work.
I can imagine, guys. I'm 64. Sir, we're kicking you out. I'm only 64.
Yeah, I'm not 65 for another month. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I could work today. You know, what is, how close are you actually going to go?
And are you paying me my full wages while I'm sitting at home?
That's another thought. Mandates all employees required to wear face masks, touchless hand sanitizers at each at each ticketing entry and turnstile. I love that. I would love that idea without all of this. I mean, hey, God bless Walt Disney for thinking about the fact that 7 steps is how far every garbage can should be from each other.
Yep.
You know, there's a garbage can every 7 steps. But I wish he'd put a hand sanitizer that close as well, because you're touching rails, you're touching things. I have seen kids lick handrails. So having hand sanitizer everywhere, God bless you for it. Temperature checks for staff prior to shift. Temperatures above 100.4 must not enter. That sounds good to me. I'm okay with that. I know some people run hot anyway, but I think 100 you're feverish.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. Now I heard that they might do that with guests, and I'm thinking, that could be invasive. But now they check bags. Would you be upset if they put one of those machines up to your forehead?
Oh yeah, temperature checks.
Yeah.
There was talk about that. They're speculating about doing that with the stadiums, basically the sports opening up. Are they going to do that? So like, well, and then are you going to have a card saying, "Hey, I've been inoculated, so I'm allowed to come in."
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that because it sounds like papers, please.
Papers, please.
Well, if there is actually a good reason to stay closed longer, I think it would be something like that, because especially with things involving crowds, you can't manage that many people that intimately without something going horribly wrong. I'm sorry, like you're telling me that 10,000 people a day are going to come through that park, or going to come through that stadium, and you're going to temperature check each one of them with one of those little things they slide on your forehead and check your temperature.
Well,
and nobody is going to get pissed off at you or ticked off at you for that.
My thing is that this whole entire thing got so blown apart. If it was a deadly disease, 98% of the Americans would be dead, because it went through the whole entire world. Obviously, the thing is that stay at home, you're fine. As soon as we start going together, it's going to resurface again every winter.
Yeah, I think it is reasonable to say that people overreacted from the beginning, but unfortunately, the Pandora's box has been opened now, and we have to deal with the consequences. Unfortunately, that's going to be more difficult, I think, than.
And I'll tell you what, some of these things I'm not against because I wish they did it all along.
Oh yeah.
Wipe down all railing surfaces regularly.
It should.
But here's the thing. I know for a fact when I worked at Universal, we did. We would, like when we got done with the show, we would go down with the little spray cleaners and we would wipe everything. But considering in the show, we had like 8 people on stage at once when I worked at Earthquake and when I worked at Disaster. It took no time at all.
I would say everything is indoors. Anything that's circulating air has to be wiped down, cleared out regularly. Because the flu season, we have the flu, man. Like people have had measles back in the day.
Yeah,
it's like,
and you know what? That's not going to save you from guests.
No.
I once had some woman come up and she sneezed and like snot wad just went right up my arm and it splattered. So hey, look, I understand some of these. I love my theme parks. I want my theme parks open, but I understand that you are dealing with people, and people do go sick. People go to work sick.
At my job, I had a kid that had blue chunks in the flooring department.
Oh, and that's going to happen also. If you are running, say, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Forest, or if you're whatever it was called, or if you're going to be running Forbidden Journey, thank you. If you're going to be running Rock and Roller Coaster, you're going to get lung butter. It's just the way it's going to happen. You're going to get people that are going to lose their lunch. You've got.
Well, especially if you're eating sweets beforehand.
Yeah, I remember one time I went on a ride at SeaWorld, and it was this helicopter ride going through the Arctic, and this woman just
IMAXing, right? Probably.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was one of those simulator things. So next up is phase 1 is half capacity, and phase 2 is 3/4 capacity.
I just think of Sandlot every time you think about rides and people throwing up.
Yeah,
they're on the swings. They're on the swings.
Honestly, if anything, I think that people will actually like the smaller capacity better, because as we've been saying, they have been overstocking the thing.
Hell yes. It's been ridiculous. I think they've been going over. Like I remember they shut the doors one time. I worked Christmas out at Magic Kingdom. I was working the treehouse, and I heard we reached 800,000 or something like that. So they shut the doors. And now I hear, they make it to 1 million. I'm like, I remember how bad it was. It's just been
when it was the 800,000 or something like that.
Yeah, if you're gonna let $1 million, if you're gonna let 1 million people in the park, get rid of that freaking Aladdin ride that's blocking the Adventureland, please, so people have
the magic carpet one.
Yeah,
just want to say hello to Maverick, and he's saying just had an employee walking with hand sanitizer at all times. And he's also saying that this whole rules and all that stuff, people going out, is like, the Karens of the world won't like this. And his other comments, he asks you, why didn't employees stop cleaning the rails?
No, we do. After, that's the whole thing. Well, like I said, at least in our attraction we did, and we were supposed to in other ones. In between, and you would have to, the one thing you couldn't do, or it would be very difficult to do, is on a full day to clean the rails while the line was full. Now you just have to have somebody coming down with a couple of rags and sanitizer, excuse me, that block the line off for a little bit every so often. So the employee, so there's a big gap, and the employees could take out a queue of line and let them go, which now it's got, what I'm thinking, or what I'm wondering about, is if you place them every 6 feet, even at half capacity, you're going to have lines out the door. Or you're going to see extended queues, because sometimes you have parts of the queue you'll never see because it's only open during busy season. And sometimes they're extra and you get a little more theming and it's really cool. Sometimes it's a blank room and it's boring.
I want to ask about the hand sanitizer, the touchless ones.
Yeah.
All right. Is there going to be a limit on how many squirts you get per person walking in? Sir, you've used the whole entire thing. I can fill the whole bag up now.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
I'm saying is I wouldn't want to be Adrian Monk right about now, because
you're right.
I was going to use my daughter as an example on that, because if you have my family coming through, you're going to get, like, I'm going to go quick, get a squirt. I'm okay. Then my daughter, my oldest Ashley, she'll probably do that. Gail will squirt. Okay, that's good. But Elizabeth, she'll just she'll be like a freaking ice.
Well, she's got to do her arms, all the way up her arms, her face, everything.
Yeah, she's a little bit more hypochondriac.
It's like a homeless person like taking a bath at the hand sanitizer thing.
She's one
crazy.
of those people who look up symptoms online just to find out.
Don't show the one with the holes.
Yeah, it's
don't freak her out.
Okay, so if you're staying, I was very interested in this because I love the hotel restaurants out at Disney, and I want to go back. They say housekeeping services to be limited and allow for minimal guest and employee explosions. Yes, we're going to be blowing up employees. Phase 1, promote if available mobile check-in. Okay, that makes sense, but you can still have them across the table, Let's see. Housekeeping services only clean up upon request or when a guest departs. So there's no more everyday cleaning.
This guest has departed this world.
Allow employees to work from home if not playing a critical role in serving guests. That is strange, because generally, if you're not someone who is if you're not dealing with guests, you might be a kitchen staff or laundry staff. That's just a weird thing.
Yeah, this is security. I'm watching from my home on my Dell computer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's frozen for the last 5 hours. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it.
Was that a sound of a can open? It was a soda.
This one I kind of dig. Only deliver room service to guest stores, so they can't walk it in anymore. They just, leave it at the door and knock.
Curbside.
Provide self-parking. They do. Let's see. Promote social distancing for all guests and staff. That's just like, hey guys, stay. I do not want to hear anything about enforcing it.
I like how they word that. Provide self-parking. No, in other words, you park your own damn self. I know more.
Yeah, that's it. They do provide self-parking, and they provide valet parking. Let's see. Promote social distancing. Recommend touchless sanitizer at entry. Yes, once again, I agree, and it should be all over the place. Increase cleaning services, additional sanitation services through cleaning companies. It doesn't come from garbage, but then again, Disney doesn't let garbage stack up. And of course, phase 1 and 2. Staff who are 65 are encouraged to stay home. And this is what they absolutely have to do. Wear face mask, hand sanitizer at entry to be in plain visible sight. Temperature checks for staff. Employees with flu-like symptoms, stay home. No, they're advised to stay home. They're not told to stay home. They're advised to. But you know what? Even before COVID, people with flu were advised to stay home. Consistent cleaning of all guest areas, front desk to utilize sneeze guards, remove all service items in guest rooms to include glassware, coffee cups, etc. Mini bars are not to be stocked anymore. Do not offer self-food services. You know what? One thing I was telling Gail that I'm not a big fan of is Wawa. I can't get my raspberry Coke anymore. Let's see. Do not offer a space pool furniture according to distancing guidelines. Pool gates and pool chairs to be sanitized regularly. Yeah, all of this should be done anyway. Remove all coffee makers from guest rooms. Remove all guest collateral items except for those that are single use. And sanitize guest keys before each and after every use.
For your raspberry Coke thing, you could just take a raspberry, throw in a glass of Coke.
It doesn't work. It's just not the same. And no conferences. And that's something. Oh, and here's the important one. Restaurants. The guidelines are paper disposable menus. That's interesting. Because
how about no menus? You just look on the wall over there. Giant billboard. It doesn't have.
Or you could just sit down and go, surprise me. Let's see.
What's this? It's this mystery meat.
What is that? It's lobster cake. Here's a sugar frosting.
Why is it still moving?
Yeah. Surprise me. They bring in a live cow.
We couldn't use we touch the pots and pans.
Then they've got the touchless sanitizer, keeping old people home. The mandates are all the same. Sanitizer at every table. I like that idea too, because one thing I do when we sit down, the first thing I do is I get up, I go wash my hands. So if there's sanitizer there, I'm good.
There should have been a sanitizer everywhere, regardless of this.
I got news for you guys. They're just creating the world that Englentine lives in anyway. I'm okay with this. All employees required to wear face masks.
Can I get that at Walmart too, though?
I know, right?
And
stores to be wiped regularly. A staff behind counter must wear gloves except for bartenders, but they have to sanitize their hands after each drink order. Seated tables to be 6 feet apart. And at phase 1, limit 50%, phase 2, 75. So there you go, gang.
Can you imagine after an order? Ah, crap, I'm out of history. Sorry, I can't serve you.
Yeah. It's actually not that bad to me. What do you think, Dalton?
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad for me. I do think waiting might be advisable just to let the hysteria die down a little bit more. But mostly because there is nothing more dangerous than a Puritan on the warpath of you're evil because reasons. And I don't. And you know how slap happy with lawsuit people are, and you know how lawsuit averse Disney is. So I honestly, as stupid as it is, if soothes the ego of stupid people to be out for another month or two, why not?
I took my mom grocery shopping, and here comes we're not wearing the gloves, we're not wearing the mask. We're like, dude, look, it's not. We don't take this seriously because it's not seriously. So the guy comes up with a mask on. We're getting the meat and stuff. He comes up with them like 6 inches from my mom behind her, grabs them. I want to yell, 6 feet apart.
Oh Lord!
Because I was laughing because people were in there were wearing the mask, but they weren't wearing gloves.
Yeah, it's
even the employees. I'm like, yes, you must wear a mask. But what about gloves?
Again, it's more about thinking with the threat narrative than thinking with your actual brain.
I like what I agree with Maverick. I miss going to restaurants. Me and Gail would go out and go out to eat. That was entertainment. We and not just entertainment. I would do the reviews here on the blog, but it was always it was nice. I like going out to eat with.
Well, if you want to go out to eat, you can do the Lady and the Tramp thing. Take a big bowl of spaghetti on a box outside.
Well, today we went on our way to Disney. I told her, well, we could stop for some Wendy's or something like that, which I told, and this is something I always say, fast food joints aren't places I go to. They're places I end up at because I can't go to real restaurants or something. But we went to Wendy's and we sat. It's kind of funny. They have these rose bushes. So I parked the car right in front so we at least had a decent view of nice rose bushes and such. Rolled down the window so we could get some fresh air in, and we just had an in-car picnic. And then our car was approached by ducks, which that just made the day right there. We had a great time today. It was
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because a couple of days ago, my house actually needed to get fumigated for spiders, so we needed to occupy ourselves for about half an hour while the place was being fumigated for spiders. And we ended up going to Wendy's to basically get out of the way of the fumigators. It was a very weird set of circumstances, but I enjoyed myself nonetheless.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was a good day. The ducks made it nice. It was just a normal, okay, we're sitting in our car having a burger and fries, but then they come around throwing out all our fries and only eating the meat patties for the burger so we could give them the bread.
Those ducks, though, they're in on it. They're working for the government.
That's why they did it. No, I'm pretty sure they wish there were more customers because as soon as they saw us parked, the first one comes out. Wah, 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 wah.
Where's the garbage?
And he was aiming for the car too. He knew where his bread was buttered.
For the first time in my life, there's actually more carts at Walmart in the parking lot than there are seagulls in trash.
Wow. Oh man!
Don't give bread to ducks. By the way, I know knowing where your bread is buttered is a.
I give them
bread to ducks. By the way, it will kill them.
I give them
really. How does bread kill ducks? I've been feeding bread to ducks for
they
years.
Can't. Apparently, they can't process it. It's weird. Their digestive system isn't cut out for it.
No, I've killed a lot of ducks over my time then, because we had a lake behind our house and we fed them bread all the time.
I thought
it's supposedly similar to what happens with dogs and chocolate. So
wait, you can't give
Dalton. We just killed a whole bunch of ducks because they can't eat bread.
Wait! You can't give dogs or cats chocolate. Oh man.
No, you don't want. You can give dogs chocolate, but you may not want to if you like your dog.
All those stray animals come to my doorstep. I just been feeding them chocolate this whole entire time.
VENKMAN, you are my friend, so I'm not gonna yell at you.
But don't worry.
Do not joke about.
Don't worry though.
Dogs or cats dying, please.
Don't worry.
I will have to murder you if you don't.
Don't worry.
Stop joking about this.
But don't worry though. It was the bad chocolate. It was the dark chocolate. I don't like that stuff, so I give them that. I said the milk chocolate for myself. I'm not an animal. I gotta give them that milk chocolate.
So, what I'm hearing is not only did you possibly kill cute little puppies and kittens, but you did so with the good chocolate, and you kept the inferior chocolate for yourself. Not to mention the fact that dark chocolate has more cocoa solids in it, which will kill them worse.
So there's another one, and it's very similar to what we just read. It has to do with Florida on the whole. and that is let's see.
Oh, what's travel restrictions on here? It says coming into your state or leaving.
So far, it's we'll shoot your ass. So yeah, you guys stay home. We'll take care of it. We're gonna be the guinea pigs and figure out how to work this out. So you New Yorkers who freaking brought the goddamn thing down to us in the first place could stay home until you're well again. Because let's face it, if you look at the numbers for how the country's been rising in cases, it's New York. They're saying, hey, essential workers, go to work in a small metal tube under the earth. Of course they're getting worse.
My thing is, like, when you look at where's the most diseases, where are the most homeless populations? You look at California, you look at New York. Those are the big two things. There's people living under the bridge in New York. There's people living in the streets in California in tents and stuff.
For here, it's let's see. During phase 1 for Florida, restaurants can reopen with outdoor seating, 6 feet between tables, indoor seating at 25%. Retail can open at 25% of indoor capacity, and it's been determined that it's too difficult to carry out social distancing in movie theaters, so they're still closed. Bars, gyms, and personal services such as hairdressers will also remain closed. Face masks are recommended for close face-to-face interaction work, but no fines will be issued to people not wearing masks, and that's good. See, there's a difference between being safe and violating the Constitution. Yeah. We should be responsible as we feel, to make us feel safe and to be safe. No one should have their civil rights violated over this. No one.
Yes, you shouldn't have cops showing up at your house complaining because your kid was over by the neighbor's kid.
Exactly. Let's see. In reference to Walt Disney World, it will be interesting to see what decisions they make. Okay, we read a whole bunch of them. What they're saying is it is possible that Disney Springs, as a restaurant and dining destination, may be able to reopen, albeit with extensive social distancing protocols. It should just be the same stuff. The outside is okay. Keep the table 6 feet apart. Inside, 25% capacity. Same. When you're walking around Disney Springs, don't walk in somebody's pathway. Don't walk 5 or 2 feet in front of them or 2 feet behind them. It does get crowded out there sometimes, but make sure that you're keeping an eye on how many people are going in, how many people are coming out, and make sure that, if you're walking around, don't be somebody's shadow. It's as simple as that. But here's the thing. Nobody should be fined. Nobody should be arrested. There you go. All these guidelines are based upon basically what we had opened up, we had read there. So interesting. I would love to see Disney Springs get back up and running. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. I understand I'm not going to have my Disney the way it was until for a long time. So, hey, I'm very happy about that, because if they let me in because I've got a pass, I'll be very happy to be able to go, say, on the Star Wars ride. I haven't been able to since it opened because it's been too damn crowded. So, yeah, so long as they just don't say only rich people, I'm sorry, but I'm not hearing anything really bad. Okay. Let's see.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I know I'm being a dick. I'm being a dick about all this because I'm sorry if they're going to open up and they're going to use, and I've heard, it's just rumors, so I could be wrong, but I heard they're going to use, it's going to be opened up to Florida residents, to essential workers, to theme park pass holders, that kind of thing first. And if that's the case, I'm happy as a clam because less crowd. Okay, I'm good. So
more England time, as the case may be.
More England time, yes. As evidenced by ever increasing testings of new queues, theater seating, and more, Disney Park in Asia are now well on their way to reopening, given the drop in COVID-19 cases, or as normal people call it, the Wuhan virus.
Yeah.
While character dining reopened earlier at Shanghai Disneyland, their Lemire Kitchen, by the way, I can't wait to go. I want to go so much. I really do. I saw that. It looks so beautiful. Look at that.
You want to be their guest?
I want to be their guest. Yeah. It just looks gorgeous. The character greet guests under special arrangements in order to maintain social distancing between guests and cast members. Now, yeah, the problem with this isn't so much like the employee. He's under all this fur and everything. Okay, fine. He can even wear a face mask in there. That's fine. But just in case, you have to make sure that somebody who doesn't know they have it, not showing symptoms, hugs Pluto, and then Pluto goes on over and hugs somebody else and passes it along. So that's what they're worried about here. And I can understand. Characters travel through the restaurant at specified times, but guests are not permitted to make contact, instead taking photos from their table as the characters pose in a safe distance. It's sad that that's what it's come to, but at least the kids will get to see them. There's so many beautiful moments that have been made. One of them that is that's gone viral is there's this special needs child, and it's Winnie the Pooh, and he's really like just it looks like he's not aware of the world until he sees Winnie the Pooh, and he gets this big smile on his face. It's just it's sad that that some kids are going to miss out on those moments, but at least they'll be able to see the characters. Mickey and his pals return to Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel to greet guests under special arrangements. Okay, that's basically saying what it did. So I guess that's what they're going to do. And I understand also they've opened up Asia, so they're doing a lot of stuff.
Hong Kong's open.
Yeah. And they're using that, I'm sure, is a way to figure out what to do here and what to do at Disneyland and Disneyland Paris and so forth. So yeah, there you go. What do you think there, Dalt?
I think it's definitely good that they're at least thinking of how they're going to do this when it is all over. Lord knows when they'll actually start to open things, but it's always better to have a plan in place, especially when you're dealing with mass amounts of people, because as Agent K put it, a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Yeah. Yep. That is true. That is true. Okay, Venkman, you ready to see the merchandise that you just absolutely have to own?
Sure. Is it the ears with the compass on them?
Shop Disney debuts a new line of Disney protective face masks.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, they're like,
yeah.
You know what they look like? Remember those in the 80s, the snap wrists?
Yep.
That's what it looks like.
The Star Wars, here's Baby Yoda eating his soup. You've got the Incredible Hulk, the Marvel stuff. You got some R2-D2 over here. You got Winnie the Pooh, what looks like Stitch, Mickey Mouse, and I'm thinking this is Marie from Aristocats. And you got yourself some Pixar stuff, some Toy Story.
It kind of looks like the Aristocats.
Aristocats right here.
The white with the whispering.
Yeah, it looks like Marie from Aristocats.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking pretty nice, I guess. Disney's donations will make tremendous impact. Oh, okay. So it's going to let's see. To further help those in need, Disney is donating 1 million cloth face masks for children. Oh, and families in undeserved and vulnerable communities across the United States, including California and Florida. Okay, that will be distributed by MedShare. Disney will also donate all profits from the sales in the U.S. of Disney's cloth face masks to MedShare up to $1 million. Wait, what? Disney masks up to $1 million. Now, is it all profits or is it $1 million of profits? Am I reading that wrong?
Yeah, that's some corporate chicanery right there, if I ever heard it.
Because if they make 2 million, are they going to get 2 million? Or are they going to get 1 million? Why don't you just donate $1 million?
Or if you're going to donate the profits, donate all of the profit.
Right.
It's not like you wouldn't get it back, because of course the good PR of doing this probably would net you more than that just for the goodwill of it. But
oh, Disney, you double speak mother. Yes, seriously, that's just wrong.
Pulling that corporate chicanery does kind of put a damper on the whole, we're a charitable organization and we hope for the best of humanity.
Yeah,
thing you got
that's
going
just
there, Disney.
wrong, man. Seriously, come on, Venk. I know you've got something to say about this.
I think we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It's what? Yeah, but come on. They say all profits up to $1 million. It's that's just silly to me. I don't know.
$1 million.
$1 million. Disney donations will make.
It reminds me of one of the villains from the Tom and Jerry movie. We've got to have money.
Their contribution of 1 million Disney cloth face masks will be provided to families in underserved communities. So long as all they need is $1 million, that's fine. You can pre-order the cloth face masks available in small, medium, and large sizes now on shopdisney.com. In the U.S. for estimated shipping in June. Care instructions. Hey, Gailey, they've got a Baby Yoda face mask.
And he's sipping tea.
Check this out. Yeah. And he's sipping his soup right there.
It's like the perfect okay boomer meme right there.
Yeah, Gail loves the Baby Yoda TV show. She just wishes that guy in the armor would get out of the way and let Baby Yoda do his thing.
I want more Gina Carano, less the Mandalorian.
Yeah, so these are the Star Wars ones. I guess they're not going to show us the other ones, but yeah, there you go. And the rest of it looks like it's this is your this is how to use a surgical face mask, which at this point I think we're all up.
They're like how do I move
if anyone didn't know, this crisis learned them up pretty quick, I would imagine.
Yeah. I grabbed onto this one when I saw it. Walt Disney World Resort removes park hours through May 23rd. So I guess there you go. I was told that they were accepting dining reservations in June. So whether or not that's real or not, tomorrow I'm going to make a reservation for me and Gail. It is our wedding anniversary tomorrow, May 1st. So
happy anniversary.
Yeah. Our original plan was to go to the Mexico restaurant in Epcot, and we had but then again, we ended up having to get the Moroccan restaurant that has a window that looks over the lagoon, and we had our reservation at the time of the fireworks. Well, 30 minutes before, so we could sit down, order our food, and while we're waiting and eating our appetizers and everything, we could watch the fireworks. And that was going to be our wedding anniversary. Now I was like, okay, I guess I could take you to I could take you to the Longhorn parking lot, and we could order something or something like that. So it's too bad. Let's see. But many guests Walt Disney Vacations in May are holding onto those reservations until ultimately met with cancellation. So they're done until the 23rd, but they're continuing at the 24th. So you can still, and this is the good thing, they're not charging you any money.
Oh my gosh.
If you make a reservation, they cancel it. It's fine. It's not on you. So I'm calling up to get a reservation in June. I want to, and fingers crossed that we'll be able to go out. We'll see. We'll see how it works.
Isn't it a movie quote? It's not on you.
Say again?
Isn't it a movie quote? Maybe it's a movie quote. It's not on you or something like that.
Not that I know of.
You might be thinking of he's just not that into you. I remember that.
Oh no,
being
it wasn't that. I think it was a Walking Dead actually.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was with Rick talking to Daryl. Well, it was the first season of the. It's not. But anyway, I got an article here.
Okay.
For those who want to send your opinion to the Reopen Florida Task Force, Governor Ron DeSantis recently formed a task force to develop a process to open the state's business. So, just talking about this, they've already had some people already moved a few times. But what's cool is they actually give you a link if you want to give the governor a earful.
If you want to give him what fur?
Your name?
I want to give that man what fur?
And
he knows what he's talking about.
There's a limit of 4,000 characters, so go to your heart's content.
Release the Florida men and women.
Yeah, it's an interesting time.
You can attach. Hey, if this is enough, you can attach more stuff.
Mhm.
This continuation of my 4-part.
Open Pandora's box and unleash the Lovecraftian horror that is.
I just thought that was
Lord of
hilarious.
Bad.
And just if you are okay, here we go. What are you sharing?
Well, I just was. You didn't mean it. I just was talking about that. How to send your opinion.
Oh, okay. There you
And
go.
then I have another one. For the food one. So, but this is the actual form right here. If you want to give, for those Floridians, want to give your opinion, you just fill out everything: your name, your address, email, county you live in, everything, and then your contact number, area of interest, which could be anything. It could be general education, all stuff, professional services, recreation, retail.
And so begins the Florida man apocalypse.
Apparently so.
Anything you say here will be as a public, on the board. It's public. It's money to everyone, so it's not private. But 4,000 characters right here for this little comics box you want to do. And
I'm pretty sure we got a lot of people writing in going, no, don't open it.
And then you have a max of 30 millibytes or megabytes.
Are you crazy? Do you want everybody to die?
So Engelstein, if you run out of room up here, you can send up a whole bunch more articles.
I'm fine. If I have something to say, I'll say it here.
The other one I have right here was at a steakhouse. The STK Steakhouse.
Announced this new delivery service that would be holy Toledo. Now that that's where me and Doug Ernst went to dinner. The STK Steakhouse. The food was good, mind you, but it's a horrible ambiance. It's just way too freaking loud. They try to be trendy, and instead it's just loud. And it could be because I'm 50, but I like to talk to the people I'm with.
I was reading like the dress attendants. There's a dress code at least. It's casual, but a tourism with no swimsuits, no flip flops. So anybody wearing flip flops in your family cannot go into this restaurant. You can't have any torn jeans.
Yeah, I actually wear flip flops damn near everywhere when I go out to the park. Sometimes I'll wear actual shoes. Right. If I've got old flip flops, you want that support, so you got to wear shoes.
Yep, so they're on new delivery service, so you can actually get delivered to your house. Look at that.
Yeah, I wonder how far out do they deliver, because they're in Disney Springs. That's a drive just to get out of the area.
Well, hey, ask them for a drop place.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't mind. They've got they had roasted squid, and that was good. It was really good. It was the best thing. It haunted me. It was served up in an ink sauce. If you haven't seen it, guys, it's on this channel right here. Check it out. It's it's the STK review. It is awesome.
That sounds delicious, and I want it.
It was really good, Dalton. It seriously was good.
Apparently, this person said that hey, it's not currently available in the Orlando area, and the person replied back is like, it should be able to ship nationwide. So if you want one, Dalton, you can order one online.
The thing is doing this gets rid of the worst part of STK, going and being inside of STK.
Exactly. Just go to STK webpage, click on the meat market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm thinking about the Longhorn Steakhouse I got over here. I'm like, I might go there. Just hey, Texas Roadhouse is doing the same thing. You order it to the app, you go pick it up. They'll give you they sign you to a parking spot with a number on it, and then they bring your stuff out to you. There you go.
That sounds really good. I was thinking about doing that with Gail tomorrow, just so I could actually go out and get a steak or something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you don't want to cook your own steak, you want somebody to do it for you. And actually, I was at Texas Roadhouse. And I said, like, hey, how much for your sauce? It's $5 for a little thing of steak sauce.
Yeah,
I got it. Man,
my whole thing is, would they cut it for me? Because we're gonna be eating in a car, and that's just too much.
Well, I assume for this, SDK they assume it's raw, and you cook it yourself. I would assume that.
Here's something. Should essential workers in Florida get first access to Walt Disney World when it reopens? Hey, if they want to let them in first, let them in first. You know, that sounds cool. But then open it up to
I would imagine some kind of local privilege makes some kind of sense there, yeah.
Well, here you go. Ranking all the restaurants of Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Did you read this one?
No.
They're saying number 14 is Tony's Town Square.
Wait. Say that again.
Tony's Town Square is number 14. They're ranking the restaurants of Disney's Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Number 14 is because I wanted to do this on this channel as well. 14 restaurants. So they're doing fast food as well.
Must be.
They have to, because the only sit downs are Tony's Town Square, the Plaza, the Crystal Palace, the Skipper's Canteen, and then you've got what is it? The freaking, not the Liberty Tree, but there's one at Diamond Horseshoe. There's not a Bells, and there's not one in Tomorrowland, not yet. So there's only
small eaters. No, it's
Wait,
not.
isn't Be Our Guest in the Magic Kingdom as well?
Bell. I said Bell. That was
they're
what I
coming
meant.
off of alleears.com, basically readers on there, reading reviews. So they're taking all that, plus they're doing the both quick service and the table service.
Okay, and they still set, and this is how readers. Hold on, I want to find this and read along with it. This is funny because, in all honesty, the worst restaurant in would I say it's that? No, the worst restaurant, in my opinion, would be Cosmic Rays. But
Elton, I found something that triggers Ingleton, not just you before.
Okay, and this is in news. Where did you find this one?
I just clicked on the link right here, trending posts.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Tony's Town Square, that would be close up there because Tony's is horrible. It is a horrible Italian restaurant. I wanted to go back to give it a second chance. I could see it. It's not my last, because my last would be, unless they're not counting Tomorrowland Terrace, or whatever that is, the fast food joint that serves hot dogs. That would be the worst, but otherwise it would be Cosmic Rays. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Now they're ranking them. You know, it's 14. They're still getting a lot of positive reviews from reviewers.
Okay.
People saying they enjoy it.
I remember going to Cosmic Rays. I didn't like it very much.
Oh, Cosmic Rays.
Isn't that the one with the animatronic lounge singer?
Uh-huh.
It got a 6.7
Just making
out
sure I
of
had the right restaurant. I didn't like that very much.
So just a little bit more than half people liked it. Out of the 10 people they asked, at least, I guess 6 out of 10.
The whole thing is
the animatronic lounge singer was an interesting idea.
Yeah,
but aside from that,
yeah, they used to have a live stage show there with a band called the Miami Sound, not Miami Sound, but the Sound. Sound something.
Mavic, if you're still there, I know you missed going to restaurants. You probably shouldn't watch this, son.
Sound Society. That was it. They had a band called the Sound Society about 25, 30 years ago that me and my friends loved to go watch. And then they replaced it with Sunny Eclipse. It's ridiculous.
No,
let's see. I've never had a bad experience here. The food has always been as amazing and the service has been impeccable. Never count the service in a Disney review. That's going to affect the curve. Disney service is usually amazing. So unless it's bad, it's just, it's like, it'll be like, oh, well, I'll give the service here a 10 out of 10, but the food a 1. Well, you know what? That still is a 5.5. It's average. Yeah, but is it though?
Right.
Okay, next down.
The food is kind of important at a place you go to get food. Just saying.
Next down, Cosmic Rays, Starlight Cafe. Holy Toledo. Yeah.
Is that Mel Brooks as a creature?
No, that's
He's got the smile.
That's Sunny Eclipse. Yeah, burgers, chicken nuggets, sandwiches, food is not anything great, but it's standard theme park fare. That's true. Granted, they are stepping it up now. Not Disney. Disney, but a lot of theme parks are stepping it up. They're finding that they can make a little more money if they actually put real food there. And that's thanks to Harry Potter. Harry Potter came out and they had themed restaurants. Even their fast food restaurants were themed, and they kind of were a little more fast casual-ish. So a lot more restaurants that are opening now are becoming that same fast casualist, whatever you call it, style. Cosmic Rays, this is old style. Burgers, nuggets, pizza. It's what you feed your 5-year-old because they don't really have a taste for anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I really remember about that place was the theming, and the theming was pretty good, and the animatronic was cool. But aside from that, I couldn't tell you a single thing about it.
Boring. Oh, I've got a story. Y'all have time for a story?
No.
I'm there with my kids.
Well, I mean, this is what we come here for. So go.
I'm there with my kids. This is when they were young, so it's about 20 years ago. And we're having a great time. I sit them down, and I bring their burgers, and we're sitting there just about to eat. And this Indian guy pulls a chair up to the table. I'm like, hello? And instead of sitting down with us, he puts his kid and says, you watch? Like, no. And then the kid just sits there with his strange family while he and his wife and his mother and father eat at another table. Like, this is the most surreal and weird thing that's happened to us. That's so strange.
And I would have went and got actual.
What?
Honestly, I mean, some people wouldn't care. They're like, whatever. And other people would have went up and he got somebody to like, hey, this guy just dropped his kid off because he doesn't watch it, so he can go.
Well, I'm a little bit different. I made sure that I made him and my daughters laugh, because it was a strange situation. I wasn't about to, I don't know. I felt the kid was rejected. I'm not about to do that to him. So anyway, next restaurant.
Gotta learn sometime, kid.
The world's a sucky place and your parents don't love you, kid. Yeah, that's just not me, man.
AT's Corner.
Okay, so this is right at the end of Main Street, and it is hugely popular. This is hot dogs.
The little people don't know this is actually a Chicago themed restaurant.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs. It's the logo. Let's see.
Oh, okie dokie. I love hot dogs, so I think this place is great. There could be a bit of a line. You think? There's always a line for it. And by the way, now you could do mobile ordering. I recommend it. One thing that I do like about this is they have, and they say right here, this guy says they have themed dogs for different times of years. They do make specialty dogs, like they'll make a Reuben dog or, stuff like that. My problem is I like a dog with pop, like you bite into it and you can feel the, of the skin and everything.
Oh, so you want Pop Rocks on there?
These are very mushy. They're not, they don't have that pop to them. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Depending on what they've got ahead, I don't know if it deserves third worst though.
This guy is saying that the corn dog nuggets are to die for.
Oh, they are good. He is right about that. It really is. My favorite was the jalapeno dog. Also, as far as the specialties.
Don't forget to grab some cheese sauce for your fries and corn dog nuggets. That
is true as well. I mean, they got tons of that plastic cheese. That like Cheese Whiz, but it's like melty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. You can tell why I'm going to die of a heart attack because of the food I eat. All right. What do we got? Cute inside. Now, here's something I don't like. And this is just another story here. When I was a kid, they had bleachers and you could sit in the bleachers and watch Goofy cartoons. And the Goofy cartoons were always the sport cartoons. Goofy is a football player, is a golfer, so forth and so on. Now it's just dining. And it's kind of boring. Yeah, it was so much better with the big widescreen TV in the bleachers. Okay, story over. Next.
Going on to number 10.
What do we have here?
Pinocchio Village House.
Pinocchio Village. What is worse than... Oh, no, you skipped one.
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about that one. That's why I moved it down already.
No, I was talking about Casey's. Pecos Bill worse than Pinocchio's? This is wrong. This is wrong in so many freaking places. Guys, you got it wrong.
I glitchy sense of no begins here.
This is so freaking I'm sorry to the people who watch all years net and voted for this. You're wrong. Pecos Bill somewhere near the top of this list, included around the sit-down restaurants. The first thing right out the gate is they've got this awesome freaking toppings bar that, and I know this by experience, that if you need a snack and you need it healthy, you could just go in, get one of the boats, fill it up with pickles, tomatoes, and all the good stuff. But it's got the tacos, it's got the nachos, it's got the enchilada, that kind of stuff. It's all Tex-Mex kind of food. Really good sauce, really good stuff here. Oh my God, the cauliflower taco is my new favorite thing on Disney property. I had their buffalo cauliflower, was not bad, but my goodness gracious, it deserves better than number 11. Now, granted, it's given a 7.14. That's a good score, but let's go down to Pinocchio Village House. Do you know what Pinocchio Village House has going for it? You can look out and see Small World. After that,
I was going to say, everyone lies.
Yeah. After that, the only thing this place has is Totino's style pizza. And I like me some Totino's because it's only $1.50. I'm fine with it, but I don't want to spend $10 for it at Pinocchio Village House. I love the theming, though, because it's like old Italian village kind of style like you see in the movie. One thing I can say is the tomato basil soup is good. Beyond that, pass. This should definitely be lower than Pecos Bill.
So what you're saying is, if you wished upon a star, you would wish for a better restaurant?
Yeah, better than this crap. Yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, so what's next?
Skipper Canteen.
Oh my gosh, really? Okay, I can see why this is here. I don't agree with it. My wife would agree with it, though. This is a great themed restaurant. What you have here are supposedly retired skippers who became waiters, so they tell all the corny jokes and everything. The menu, however, is a little bit more brave than your average American coming into a theme park or your average theme park goer.
Alcohol?
Yeah, that being said, one of the problems I had with it was I ordered a $25 seafood curry. Okay, now if I order a $25 seafood curry, I want a lot. It better
be some pretty dang good seafood curry.
Flavorful as hell. It was absolutely fan-frickin-tastic. But it was like 2 scoops. I'm like, I'm a big boy. You can fill the bowl.
Oh, they did the frou-frou. If we give you less stuff, you'll think it's more upscale thing.
Oh, and Gail ordered a steak salad. Now, I love steak salads. So, and she does too. So she got it. And one thing they didn't mention was that the salad dressing was spicy and there were jalapenos in it. Gail does not like spicy food. So I was like, okay, here, you can have my curry. I'll take your salad. And I started eating it, and you couldn't taste anything but hot. So I got to say, as much as I like Skipper Canteen and I like the curry I had, I can actually understand why this is low.
I think of this thing, African Queen popped in my head when I thought of this right away.
Oh, well, the Jungle Cruise is kind of based on this, and Skipper Canteen is right across the street from the Jungle Cruise and the treehouse and all that kind of stuff. And it's got that. It's supposed to be kind of attached, like themed with the Jungle Cruise ride. I wish the rating for this restaurant was higher. It's my first ever dining experience at Walt Disney World. It was honestly the best. I still have dreams about the Perkins Thai noodles as well as the dessert. Oh, the dessert was good. Yeah, it really was. See, but the thing is I would go back and try Skipper Canteen more so than I would Pinocchio, more so than I probably would with a couple of things that have to be coming up here. Yeah.
Says this is great anti-theme food park or theme park food. It's probably a little too out there for some pickaters, but when you reach the park of your trip where another hamburger seems like a death wish, this is a great place to go and have some actual food. Plus
they really ham it. Yeah, I love the fact. Oh, and there's things to see all over the place. Like if you're looking at all the decorations, and they let you walk around and take a look.
Also, it says the AC is always blasting. When you're in Florida, it's deadly, like warm in there and humid.
Mm-hmm.
You like going on the air conditioning?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But there's actually one part where you have the guy who owns the restaurant writing a note back and forth with Indiana Jones. So they put that kind of stuff all over. All right, what's next?
Be our guest.
Say what? What number are we on? 8. Number 8. Holy Toledo. Now, I know why I hated it. I thought everybody else loved it. Okay, please read why.
Says food is average. You pay for the atmosphere. Be sure to head or else you will be waiting in line to place your order. I have eaten here numerous times and I never left disappointed. My personal favorites are the French dip and the croquet Monsieur. I prefer lunch over breakfast, especially if you're using the dining plan. The atmosphere is the cherry on the top. Another one says the food was fine and the castle is so neat. I've been here for dinner, but the food was just not worth what they were charged. It's just so crowded in this restaurant. My party was large, and so we were all at the same reservation. Our food came at different times.
That's what I'm hearing about this place. Now, when I went, I told them no onions, and they gave me this salmon with a leek sauce over it, and I took a bite, and brrr, they did nothing. They did nothing. It was ridiculous. But I keep hearing the same thing. I keep hearing exactly that. They're now charging $70 a plate for a price fixed menu. So you do get an appetizer, you get a dinner, you get a dessert. But what I've been hearing is it's all right.
You know what that looks like? Those old, in the 1800s, you had the gentlemen's clubs.
Oh, okay. Now I do say if you ever go to Be Our Guest, try to get the Rose Room, the West Wing. It is awesomely themed. Now, if you could get the window right here, it actually snows outside. There is actually, and what happens on the outside kind of affects what happens on the inside. And that's really cool theming. But if you could do it, try to get.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
What they should do is when it starts snowing outside, the temperature in the restaurant just drops.
Yeah, Dalton.
Now we know why the West Wing was forbidden. He was hoarding it for himself.
Alrighty, what's next there, Venkman?
Crystal Palace.
Oh, okay, we're at number 7. So this officially starts the plus column, right? There were 14, right?
Yeah.
So we're now on the Be Our Guest was the last bad one.
We're the top 7.
Yeah, that was the bottom 7. This is the top 7. Crystal Palace. Holy Pecos Bill deserves to be ahead of Crystal Palace. Actually, so does Skipper Canteen.
Say
again?
I was just going to read up what they're saying, but if you have a story, go ahead.
Go on ahead. I'll tell my story after.
The reviews are saying my family had an excellent time at Crystal Palace. We had a party of 7, and we were seated only a few minutes after our reservation time. The food was decent, nothing earth-shattering, but crowd-pleasing for a 3-generation trip. Yeah, so the desserts were especially yummy, and our server was absolutely amazing. Crystal Palace is one of the better buffets on property, in my opinion. It's not the best, but it is good. The characters were great. The service is great. The food was above average. At 22, I am huge and proud of Winnie the Pooh fans, so I jumped at the chance to eat somewhere where they get character to meet greats out of the way of the park. I was nervous about it being a buffet, but I absolutely had no reason to be. This was some of the best food I had at MK, especially from a buffet. The cast members were super nice. At the end of the day, I got great pictures of some of my favorite characters.
Okay. Yeah, if you're going for the characters, fantastic. I understand. The buffets are kind of a cool way the character meet and greets and all that kind of stuff to get them where you're for a little bit, they're all to you.
Can you get the picture of me Winnie Pooh with my face covered in barbecue sauce and I'm wearing the bib?
Sometimes that's what happens. I took some friends and from Thailand, and one of them pulled on the outfit, and we got in trouble. You do not do that. Do not do that. But here's the thing. I've been to Crystal Palace. I'm not in a rush to go again. The food has always been very blah. It has just been, you can find it at, I was about to say a Morrison's Cafe, but you can't find a Morrison's anymore. You can find it at any buffet, like Golden Corral or something like that. It's along that kind of quality. And that's a problem with a lot of, not all, but a lot of the character meet and greets sacrifice the food for the experience. And this is one of them. Also, one time I was there, I bit into a bone and it jabbed the top of my roof, the roof of my mouth, and made me bleed. And they thought I was scamming them. No, I don't need to get free tickets or anything like that here. I've got a pass. Always have.
I'm bleeding. Can you do something?
But that really ticked me off. And that and the whole be our guest thing. It used to be, and some restaurants do this, but it used to be that they would bend over backwards to make up for stuff. But I did not have that experience at this restaurant either. All right, what's next there, Venkman?
The next one, number 6, is the Plaza Restaurants.
Ooh, now we are getting to the good stuff. They changed their menu since me and Gail made our video. By all means, watch the video on our channel here. We did a Plaza Restaurant review, and we ordered 2 sandwiches. It's basically a sandwich restaurant. It's got meatloaf and some other stuff, but mostly it deals with the sandwiches. And we got a fried green tomato sandwich and a Reuben. I love fried green tomatoes, love Reubens. And we ate the Reuben half first, and it was really good. A nice portion of corned beef, because a lot of times you'll get, oh, this is the corned beef and this is the sauerkraut. This was really well portioned, very well flavored. Check out the video. But then we bit into that fried green tomato sandwich, and it was like angels sang. It was that freaking good. Sometimes
it was like eating the movie Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, it was so good. I'm actually salivating now because I'm thinking of this. Sometimes if you have
those tomatoes,
it is a simple sandwich, man. But sometimes you have a meal. And the thing is, I wanted to preface the fact that we ate the corned beef first, because sometimes when you're really hungry, you could have like anything. You can eat a Dorito. It's the best damn thing you ever had. Yeah. That wasn't what was going on here. We were basically at the end, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe we ordered too much food.
I can relate to you as far as foods, like, you know, when you start like I kind of want to go and get Denny's. Has this, the only burger I like from Denny's is their bourbon bacon burger. That's
a good burger, though. Yeah. Sometimes you just have that, and it's like you eat it, and then you're thinking about it, and all you want to do is go back and get another.
People rip on Denny's all the time. I'm like, man, you must have to run down Denny's, because the ones I have are like 5 stars, man.
There you go. But certain foods can do that to you. Here they have they don't have that fried green tomato sandwich anymore.
I mean,
and I was like, the one thing. I loved
it. Dude, I used to go to the restaurant, go to Denny's with my buddy, and we watch Seinfeld. They'd be on the TV on top. We watching Seinfeld while we're eating food, man.
Funny. That's funny. What do other people say about this one?
There are a lot worse things to watch while you're at Denny's, I suppose.
What do other people say about this?
They're saying this is a great restaurant for people in the Magic Kingdom. The food is very inexpensive, but the quality of food is amazing.
Yes.
We love this location for lunch. The burgers and sandwiches are great. My favorite is the club, and the bottomless milkshakes are a fun treat.
Okay, hold on. The bottomless milkshakes.
Bottomless milkshake and sold, sir.
Yeah,
milkshakes will sell.
Let me tell you something. Okay, as a fat man who have tried a bottomless milkshake, let me tell you something. You're at Disney, okay? More than likely, you're at Disney from the north in a much hotter climate. Now, imagine you drink every bit of a milkshake that you can, and then you get another one, maybe even another one after that. You are then going out into the world where it's 95 degrees in the shade and then getting on a roller coaster. Look, the bottomless milkshakes sound like a great idea. And if that's the last thing you're doing for the day, it's fan-freaking-tastic. But I'm here to tell you, as a Florida native, that can destroy you if you are not used to it.
I'm sorry, but the phrase bottomless milkshake occurred, and my brain just went.
I know you're talking English, Gene, but I'm not hearing you.
So
that's funny. What are you?
I understand that words are coming out of your mouth right now, but my brain is just going, oh my God, I can have as much milkshake as I want. God damn
you know what? Come on down. We'll go. You have been warned. What else do they say there, Venk?
Says, well, we popped in here for a quick lunch. We never had been in the plaza before. It was quite charming. We sat more in a clove in the back, but I'll walk you through to our seats because you feel like back in the day.
Oh, it really is nice. And yeah, it does look old-timey.
Decent menu with sandwiches and some main entrees. We both got the club sandwiches.
That's boring. The best thing to hey, you know what? I'm telling you, order 2, get them cut them in half, share them. That way you each get.
Who are you to say what's boring? What's that's what they enjoy. Right? Do not shame.
I'm the freaking man, dude. No, anyway. Here's what. Now they say it's inexpensive. They have raised the prices a bit, but it's less expensive than a lot of the sit-down restaurants. However, you can spend up to $20 or $22 for a sandwich. So a lot of people think, yeah, while it's less expensive than other restaurants that you sit down and enjoy, what you're getting may not be worth the price. If you're there for the experience, give it a try. Me and Gail liked it. Obviously, once again, I say check out the review. But we were put by the kitchen also, and that was a little different. But yeah, so there you go. What do they have next? What was that? That was number 6.
That was number
5.
Number 5, Cinderella Royal Table.
Oh my goodness. My experience with this one was like 40 years ago, so I have no story.
This reminds you of what we watched in Imagineering. Remember they're doing similar to this design in France. Remember?
Okay. So what do people have to say that put it at number 5?
They're saying they really enjoyed our dinner. The characters were interactive and spent time at the table chatting. Otherwise, you can't eat because they keep bothering you. Unless you enjoy that. Our server was excellent and kept checking on us and did a great job explaining the food and answering our questions. My daughters love meeting each princesses so much that they barely ate. See? We thoroughly enjoyed everything we ordered except for the charcuterie, or I can't.
Charcuterie.
I guess charcuterie. Whatever.
Is it spell it?
CHARCUT.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah, charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
There you go. It's basically if you ever get a board and it's got little deli meats and sauces, maybe some pickles, raisins, that kind of stuff. That's a charcuterie board.
They continue to say on this. The food was great. The food was of good quality and fresh. I would highly recommend this experience. And the person said, "This was a fun venue. We felt very special here. The food was also surprisingly very good."
That's something, because a lot of people I've heard from say that while the interactions were good, the food's kind of average. So I'm actually surprised.
So 89% of the people recommended this one.
Wow, that is quite a bit.
And we're going on to the Liberty Tree Tavern.
Oh my goodness gracious! If Be Our Guest wasn't number 1, this was going to be my number 1. I am very curious on where to go, because Liberty Tree Tavern is so freaking heck no. You're not putting the Diamond Horseshoe above Liberty Tree. No way in hell. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, this place is amazing. This is now granted, one time we had Goofy come around and accidentally put his paw in our green beans, and we laughed for hours after that, because he's just he was doing his thing, laughing, doing, not out loud, but and interacting with Ashley and Elizabeth when they were young. Of course, I'm older and I was middle-aged and still having a great time with it. But and then he comes close and hurry, and he puts his hand on the table, except for one hand went into the table and the other one went right in the green beans bowl.
Middle-aged man. I think you're what, in your 30s?
Back in the day, back when we went to
middle age.
restaurant, yeah.
What dare you say?
But it was funny as heck. You remember when Goofy put his hands in the green beans? Yes. Yeah, but it was served family style. It was really good.
And that guy no longer works there.
Probably not. No, we just laughed about it. We said it was fun. Can you bring?
Goofy, that's the third time today. I'm sorry,
but everything was so delicious. You get they bring it family style. You get a Thanksgiving dinner. You could get roast beef with it or turkey, and you want some more, they bring some more. It's like a buffet, but they deliver.
Ooh, Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, so good.
Now you are speaking my language.
Are you not entertained?
This restaurant is amazing, and it looks like a house around colonial times.
It does. It
like
looks
inside too.
Okay.
Not just the outside, but inside. Once you walk in, there's this huge fireplace.
Look at the top part. You have the light up there. That would be someone's better.
God, I want this.
Come on down, man. Seriously. What do they say about it?
It's this. The person saying is, this is great. A hidden gem of a restaurant in Magic Kingdom. It's casual, cozy, has table service, and serves alcohol. Well, I'm sold. It seems to be more geared towards older crowds. Yes, middle-aged, older people, yes. The food also is not the best in all the Disney World, but it is great classic American fare. If you're there for dinner, everyone was required to partake in the Thanksgiving-style meal, which is all you care to enjoy, which is fun. If possible, it has to be seated in one of the side rooms. Extra cozy.
I agree with him. I agree with that. Yeah.
Another person says, we had a few food allergies in our families. My husband was truly impressed with this place and what they were able to offer him and our son. Even with gluten and dairy allergies, none of us walked away hungry. We were all pleasantly full. Chef and servers were attentive and polite. And
that's something I got to give a plus to Disney about. They do, other than my experience with, no, actually, I've had two experiences. The Be Our Guest restaurant and Mama Melrose did not pay attention to my onion allergy at all. As a matter of fact, Gail was getting more ticked off than I was. I remember
that in your reviews, yeah.
Because I was like, okay, well, this is kind of a comedy of errors. And Gail's like, how are they not listening? How are they not hearing? Because I kept saying, all I need on mine is the basil drip and the tomatoes. Just bring that, because I wanted the, what do you call it? Capri salad. And they kept pouring Italian dressing on with these chunks of onions in it. That I told them, I am allergic to the onions, and so take this back. And then they would
you see, stupidity is like an onion. There are so many layers.
So many layers. Yeah, there you go.
Stupidity is like an onion. You know what I would have done? I would have walked back there and done it myself.
I wanted to. I really did. But what really killed us, and this is what made us mad at Mama Melrose, is that the manager was right on the other side of the wall from us. Didn't say word one.
Oh.
Yeah, but Liberty Tree Tavern.
So you were almost Karen Lentine. Can I speak to the manager?
I hate that new term. Anyway, yeah, and but Liberty Tree Tavern. This should be number one. I am very interested to find out what's next. What do we have?
We have one more thing to review.
Okay, go ahead.
Our favorite meal of our trip. Only meal of our trip. We were thoroughly enjoyed. First time at Liberty Tree and have recommended to others. Food was good and plentiful. Service was good.
Okay. All right. And how many people recommended this?
This is, and they recommend 92% of the people that took their thing. So a rating of 8.11 out of 10.
92. Okay. Okay. So what was it? Number 3?
Now we're in 3.
Okay. What's number 2?
No, we're on number 3 now. That was 4.
Okay.
3 is Gaston's Tavern.
No, it isn't. No, it is not. No freaking way. No, Gail, you're putting Gaston's Tavern above Liberty Tree Tavern.
I don't know. I've never been.
Oh my goodness gracious! This is even when they were serving the big pork shank, it wasn't as good.
I love that. I was like, I don't know.
I don't care. Bother me with a real.
England is just like no. I reject this reality on the grounds that it's too freaking stupid.
Do you not see what's going on here? I'm not crazy.
Gaston's is an apple. It's frozen apple juice in a cinnamon roll. That's what Gaston's is. And just by knowing that, would you put that above a big old all-you-can-eat Thanksgiving dinner?
I don't know, but
not unless it was the greatest cinnamon roll ever made. And I'm a sucker for cinnamon rolls, but still, that to me is just like no, this does not compute.
All right, so
I keep calculating the numbers and the math just doesn't work out. I'm just a man.
Is this a new one from Frozen? Gaston's?
No, Gaston is from Beauty and the Beast. They had this up when they made New Fantasyland, and but when it first opened, they had a pork shank that was this big, and it was delicious. I mean, this was something that we would go out of our way to go get. It was really good. And I got to say this, I love the decor. I mean, it's Gaston's, and there is antlers in all of the decorating. I kid you not, which I'm sure that Dalton's going to understand that more than you.
He uses antlers in all of his decorating.
Yeah.
My one guy, that Gaston.
They even have the big chair that you can take pictures in and everything. It's really cool. It is not better than, what do they have to say about it, Venk?
What they're saying is the cinnamon roll with maple icing is to die for. Ask for extra ice cream. Trust me, it's huge and makes a great breakfast. Lufu's brew is also delicious.
It's frozen apple juice.
I guess so. Hey, if you like apples. And the person says, possibly my favorite snack for a snack on Magic Kingdom days. They're talking about the brew again. It's so refreshing that when you're walking around all day, the decoration inside is spot on to the movie as well. If you like Beauty and the Beast, then Be Our Guest isn't the only place you can go. I find it cool that Gaston does a meet and greet there.
I mean, to be clear, I am the easiest lay in the world when it comes to desserts, but and also apple cider. It is one of my favorite things to drink, but that doesn't sound like it competes with a full colonial era Thanksgiving dinner. That just trying to make that work in my brain doesn't work. Sorry.
Well, if that doesn't tickle your fancy, look at this. It says, next review says, this is a hidden gem for a light meal or snacks. The theme is spot on and fits with the character and story well. The rooms are really well directed with antlers and Gaston's chair and fireplace. Take a picture in Gaston's chair for something fun and unique. The sandwiches are good. Cinnamon rolls are good, especially in the morning. And 93% of the people said they love this.
Yeah,
okay.
It's
if
fun.
I go, I need to try the cinnamon roll because I am a dessert freak. So,
but is it better than Cinnabon?
Yes, it is. It really is. It's just like I said before. It was better with the shank, and it's nowhere near as good as a lot. This would not even be in the high spot. This would be in the low 7, not the high 7.
Is it really that bad? It's better with the shanking, getting shanked.
Hey, Maranya, how you doing? We're talking about we're on the low. We're almost done with it, but we're talking about the top 14 Magic Kingdom restaurants. That was number 3. What is number 2?
Number 2 is the Columbia Harbor House.
Wait, okay. First of all, okay, yes. By the way, I can see this one being in number 2. I wouldn't put it there, but abso-freaking-lutely. But I just thought of there's 2 more restaurants. Neither one of them is good as anything that the last 5. But because they're now that I'm thinking of it, it wasn't just Diamond Horseshoe, but there's also a place called Sleepy Hollow. So there's actually 15 restaurants that should have been talked about here. Okay, so Columbia Harbor House is a family favorite. We used to go there all the damn time. It's a great place to eat. It's fish and chips and all that kind of stuff. It does have the chicken and everything, but the fish is always perfectly fried, not too much breading. And the thing is, you could go upstairs and it's never full. So it's like you have a private dining room. Columbia Harbor House at number 2. Okay. What do they say about it?
You're saying we can't visit the Magic Kingdom and not eat at this restaurant. We're obsessed with the salmon and crave it throughout the year. This is our go-to place for a quick bite in the Magic Kingdom. There's always something appealing on the menu, and the food is consistently good. This is the best quick service restaurant in the Magic Kingdom. The food is really good. Chicken nuggets and fried fish combo is our favorite.
I just get the fish. One of the best things about this is because it is light, even though it's fried. You can get salmon without having it fried, but it still doesn't weigh you down. It is really good food for the price, and I buy into this. This is a good call. Not that I would put it. What's up?
Okay, you're selling me. You're definitely selling me because fish and chips is delicious. So yeah,
dude, if you came down here for fish and chips, I would take you to Epcot to get it at England. I mean, it's good here. It's great there. So there you go. That's number 2.
Well,
so
yeah, I can imagine that because nobody beats the English for fish and chips. Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, they've got 2 restaurants left. They left one of them off.
Can you guess?
Okay, I'm gonna try to work it out here because one of them is a barbecue place. It's called the Diamond Horseshoe, and it's one of those family style where they bring you whatever you want. It's like beef tips or stuff like that. The other one is barely a restaurant. It's like an outdoor kiosk that you go up and get folded up waffles with Nutella or fruit or chicken in it. Okay, so one's a kiosk, but the problem with the Diamond Horseshoe, which is an actual restaurant, is I think it's only open seasonally. So would they count that? Because Sleepy Hollow is always open. So as much as I would say they shouldn't because they didn't include the hot dog cart and the hot dog place in Tomorrowland, I think they actually named Sleepy Hollow as the number 1 restaurant because the other one's only open seasonally.
All right. So with further ado, can I get a drum roll?
Whatever.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow. That, by the way, looks like a freaking pamper filled with fruit. It really does. I love these things to death. They are actually very good. Sleepy Hollow.
Looks like a waffle.
I don't know where, yeah, it is. It's a waffle. It's a waffle with Nutella and fruit and bananas on top.
Nope.
You don't like Nutella?
Some log cabin. That's not a waffle. That's all I want.
It looks like a baby diaper filled with fruit. It really does. But it's good. It's if you like Nutella, it's good. I like the chicken one a bit better. But they also have like well, read off what they have to say, then I'll talk about it.
Well, this person says the chicken and waffle sandwich here is so delicious. I dream of eating one again. I've already had them on 3 separate days, on 2 separate visits. I've tasted the sweet waffle with fruit as well. It is delicious. The person says, once you get through the line, everything goes quickly. I got my food within 5 minutes of ordering. The funnel cake with the strawberries and the whipped cream was absolutely amazing, as was the corn dog. I never hear everybody was like, okay, I love corn dogs.
Funnel cake with strawberries and whipped cream. My God,
it's awesome.
Good.
It's awesome, Dalton.
This person says, I will go 100% go back on my next trip. And it's Sleepy Hollow is a great and convenient spot to grab a Mickey waffle. I don't know what a Mickey waffle is. We'll get to that afterwards.
It's a waffle shaped like Mickey.
Okay, it is right inside the Liberty Square, not far off the hub, so it is very convenient. My sister and I got countless Mickey waffles here on our last trip, so one of our favorites.
Okay, but the question is, do they have a pumpkin-themed one? Because you don't have a pumpkin dessert at a place called Sleepy Hollow. I call shenanigans.
You're absolutely right about that.
I call shenanigans, and you have failed at restauranting.
They do it Halloween, but I absolutely agree with you. It should be a year-round thing because it's Sleepy Hollow. This I don't know where I would put
It's
this.
Sleepy Hollow for crying out loud. Washington Irving is spinning in his grave. God dang it.
I don't know where I would put this. It doesn't deserve to be number one in my opinion. I'm actually surprised they didn't include Diamond Horseshoe. I would say it's a decent place. How many people recommended it?
100%.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. That's pretty good. But to me, they left off two. If they're going to include Sleepy Hollow,
There are no comments on this? Wow. What's from today?
if they're going to include Sleepy Hollow, they have to include the hot dog place at Tomorrowland and definitely include Diamond Horseshoe. I would love to do this list.
You want to eat at the Haunted Mansions?
Say again?
I want to eat inside the Haunted Mansion.
Why?
The theme, you know? You see the people at the bar and dances? I want to eat at that table right there.
Okay. All right. Like if you're a private party or something like that. Okay.
What do you think? Eat in the Haunted Mansion?
Like if they made a Haunted Mansion restaurant.
Yes. And people were doing, you got people dancing behind you.
If they made a Haunted Mansion restaurant, I would never be able to go anywhere else in the park for dinner because Gail would.
I know. I just want to be there all the time, especially if it was replicating the ballroom scene with like the ghost projections.
Yeah. Oh, with that, like if they did the spirit thing with it, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If
where it was they're dancing around you or something.
They would have to do it like above you or below where everybody could see it.
And then table that your food starts lifting up the ground.
Yeah. See, the thing is now I like a little bit of a variety. But in Gail's eyes, Disney has two rides: the Haunted Mansion and the rest of them. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. That is her favorite though.
I can't say she's wrong though. To be fair,
Dalton agrees.
Haunted Mansion was my favorite when we went. So,
the Sleepy Hollow.
that whole area.
Yeah.
That's where.
The Columbia Harbor House is right across the street, and they've got that good. They used to serve roasted corn in this little fruit stand right next to the Columbia Harbor House. I loved it. It was only like it would cost you like $2 or $3 to get it, but man, it was so good, and it was a good light snack.
Speaking of Sleepy Hollow, though, why in God's name is there not a Sleepy Hollow attraction?
I know, right?
Yeah, why isn't there a guy running around with no head on, just on a horse chasing people down?
But like honestly, you could call it like Ichabod's Horrifying Trail or something along those lines.
See, I think that word horrifying. Right there, that's why there's not a Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, but I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. Like they have Snow White's Scary Adventure and stuff like that. So why not?
Look, you know what? Snow White's Scary Adventure became a character meet and greet. I hate that. I mean, it's good to let kids meet the princesses and all that. That's fine. But you've got this space that could have any kind of attraction in it. Why? Is it just filled with the print? I don't know.
It's all about the kids, Ingleton. What the children.
I know. And the thing is I actually go to, and I've got pictures of and video of me meeting these princesses because I think it's fun because they do stay in character and they, they talk with you. They try to have fun with you, and that's really neat to see what they're.
That was the other thing when we went to Disney. The Pirates of the Caribbean, I think, was closed. And it had been replaced or temporarily replaced by a Jack Sparrow meet and greet, and I was kind of annoyed by that because it was just
they were taking their time out to ruin it by taking out the redhead. How much do you know about the Magic Kingdom rides there, Dalton?
I know quite a bit because, like I said, I mainlined Disney documentaries as a kid.
Okay, I was thinking about doing a ride bracket. Would you like to participate in that?
I'd have to refresh my memory on some of them, but yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, because that way I want to put them up against each other and do a bracket and then talk about why we like this one above that one and that kind of thing and do it a couple times. I need 5 people.
You're doing the You're doing the attractions tier list or something along
Kind of
those
like
lines?
that, kind of like that, but it's going to be a bracket, and it's going to be, and I think I want people who know the rides. I think that would be a lot of fun to do something like that. Yeah. All righty. Well, there you go. I'm going to do one of these myself. I might actually attach it because obviously I think this is a good show in itself. If I take this offline and then edit it and put this up, we could talk about it. But I think in the beginning, I'll talk about my number, as we go. I want to do this also. I think it'd be really kind of cool.
Before we go though, does Universal have a Wild West show at all?
They used to. They used to have a Wild West stunt show, and then it became Fear Factor Live, and yeah.
Because that's what I love. I want to eventually go to one of their shows. They have the Wild West show, the guys do the gunfights and everything.
Oh, you would have loved it there.
Oh man,
yeah, that you could probably see it on YouTube. I know it's not the same.
And I know, I love people do the trick shooting. Those are fun.
Well, this was fake guns. And
yeah. But I mean, like. I also like people who can do trick shooting too. Those are awesome. Like you see.
I'll introduce you to my dad. I'm not freaking kidding about that. My dad took a BB gun that I had, and he made a can dance in the air. It was like, and it was just like do. There's one story that my uncles told. They were throwing cans into the water, and my dad kept shooting one until it went off out of the water onto the bank and then over a little bit of a hill on the other side. And my uncle just said that the rule of the day is don't mess with Jack. That's my dad. Yeah, he was in Vietnam. He's a really good shot. I've seen him a couple of times shooting. It's like, wow, I thought I was good. Whoa. But I learned from him, but I've only, it's not like I've been shooting in the last, 20 years, but he is freaking dead eye.
Hey, there's nothing say you can't go to a shooting range.
Yeah, that's true. Nowadays they're actually open around here. So I would probably knock myself out.
So your dad was a gender swapped Annie Oakley? Yeah,
basically. Yeah. He's a really good shot. Yeah, and he taught us that, and he taught us how to fight with the sticks.
Was he a Green Beret?
Yeah. No, he was Army Ranger.
Oh, Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, I love. One time I talked to him. We were talking about job pressure, and he goes, "I was a Ranger in Vietnam. There is no such thing as job pressure."
You died or you came back alive. That was Vietnam.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
there was no worrying about anything else. It's like it's your life, Where Rita, it's like you get people just like they're gonna slack off. Like I don't really need to be here. I can get another job. I'm like, yeah.
So there you go. That was actually a fun way to end the program there, sir.
You're welcome. I know you like food.
Yes. So, I have a weight problem. Not so much here or here, but in this area, I do carry my weight. So
this is why I left it so you can just look at that picture of that.
I know that picture of that diaper-looking snack you can get at Sleepy Hollow. It is just horrible to look at, but it's so good tasting.
Nutella, no, I don't want Nutella in anything.
There you go.
I love Nutella. I remember once I had Nutella crepe and it was delicious. So yeah, I love Nutella.
You know what I used Nutella back in the day for? Baiting the mousetraps.
Baiting mousetraps? That's funny. What do you think?
You spoiled those mice, VENKMAN.
Yeah, they're dying anyway.
That gross to you. Oh, hold on. I asked her a question. She's not wearing her glasses. I always put her in this position.
Gross to you? What are you pointing at, yourself or the thing?
That doesn't look gross to you? That looks like a waffle diaper filled with fruit to me. Gail's like, nope, looks good.
I
would definitely eat that. I'm not complaining.
I'd grab the bananas that haven't been touched by the Nutella and eat those and throw the rest of it away.
You would just dude, the
I,
strawberries.
Do you seriously not like Nutella that much, Venkman?
I do not like
I don't think
Nutella.
I've ever met anyone that dislikes Nutella, especially not that much.
I
That
don't
is
know. I
that
just
is funny.
it looks like not chocolate, and it tastes like not chocolate. Ugh.
Well, it's not chocolate, it's hazelnuts, but hazelnuts are also delicious.
Goodness gracious! All I know is I want my park back. I really do. Ooh, they got lobster fried green tomatoes now at the Plaza restaurant. Crisp green tomatoes, tender lobster salad, marinated tomatoes, and herb vinaigrette. Sound good to you?
Well, I'm hungry.
Let's go. It's just a salad. It looks like it's like the tomatoes serve as the base, and then they put the stuff on top. Last time I looked at this, do you know what they don't have anymore? The fried green tomato sandwich. Instead, they have
to paraphrase Kathy Newman. So you're saying we should run our theme parks along the lines of the lobsters?
Right. Home style meatloaf. The brisket mac and cheese is still there. Lobster Cobb salad. Herb marinated steak. Plaza Burgers is still there with the beef brisket on top. The club.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
good, and I'm ready to go.
Look at this. Do you think the NBA could be considered Disney as the location to finish their season, to play outside, play basketball?
That they gave Disney the okay to open restaurants
Yep.
on Disney property, just not once in
What do you think about this?
So
This would be a win-win for you and what's his name, Eric Breen.
What for? Oh yeah, the NBA is opening, and they might open Disney restaurants that are not inside the parks. Yeah, that's a good day.
Well, they're talking about using the park though, the resorts.
Okay, see if they did that, then yeah, that would bring. It would depend on how much they kept closed. Now I can go there. I've got the pass that allows me to go there for free. So whatever basketball stuff goes, I could film it for Breen, so he could live vicariously.
Right?
Nutella is the spread of the gods, says Maranya. Hazelnuts plus cocoa powder. Yeah, hey, maybe we could get an Art Smith's. I'll try to make an Art Smith's reservation.
Look at this. They're saying that art animation could be provide a living space for the players and coaches.
Yeah.
Well,
it might take them a little longer to get back up and running because they need a whole new staff.
Okay, I'll find some place for us. Like I
That-
said, I
that
would
just
love to try Sebastian's. Say again.
see, this is obnoxious. All the colors and all that stuff.
But what are you looking at?
The art animation.
Oh, we actually stayed at the Art of Making Movies or whatever. Not Art of Making Movies. It was the movies. Yeah, Art of Animation is. We stayed at the movies one, right?
But
All Star Movies. That's right. The Art of Animation is their like lowish tiered, but it's made for families, so you got all sorts of animated stuff around. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, let's close this one off, I guess. Unless you wanted to read this article here.
I was just looking at other stuff. But okay, I thought that Paige O'Hara died.
No.
I saw that the voice. It says the voice of.
Knock on for Micah. No.
I clicked on this. I was like, uh-oh.
Knock on purple board.
Disney's inside a hotel. Whoa. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's call it
He's
here.
alive. We'll call it.
That was a lot of fun doing the ranking, though. You're right. I do dig food stuff. So do other people. I want to actually rank the restaurants I've reviewed. I think that'll be fun as well. Anyway, Maranya, I guess, hey, thank you for hanging around, and Maverick and whoever watches this afterwards, thank you very much. If you hung out for an hour and 48 minutes,
We started with what? 8:15. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since we haven't been doing as many. Definitely not as many as I would like. I've been having a hard time staying awake this last week, and I got to admit that's what's kept me offline a lot more. but I want to do more Disney. I want to get this and the Old Man comics back online and really kicking butt, considering I'm about to hit 600 subs on each of them. I want to get them both past that 1,000. And there's actually, even though we're closed, even though we're not doing it, they're about to open. Things are about to get more exciting. There's stuff on Disney Plus that's happening that we could check out. So a lot of good things.
The joys of once they both reach 1,000, trying to juggle back and forth shows, put videos up.
Well, I think what I'll have to do is pay attention to Old Man Comics, make it the center one. I Love Comics is live streaming comic book stuff, and then Extreme Movie Show, and I'll have to balance the two, like one day do a homegrown, one day do an Extreme Movie Show, one day do a homegrown, and one day do an Extreme.
You know, the last time I told my mom I was doing a Disney live stream, she literally looked at me and goes, "You're too old for Disney." And I'm like, "No."
No, you're not.
I just gave her this look that was like, everything you just said was the wrongest thing it could possibly have been said.
Nowhere in your ramblings was there a correct answer. I award you no points. And make God mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All righty, gang. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with us. And as always, I got to say, thank you very, very much for watching. And VENKMAN?
Have a zippity-doo-dah-day.
There you go.
Cheers, guys.